Good morning, everyone. What is going on? We are back again with another episode of the South Florida Gamers Podcast. I am your host, the Silverback Senpai, and joining me is my co-host, Waluigi.
Good morning, everybody. Episode 34. Well, good afternoon.
Yeah. We're never here this late whenever we do a podcast episode, because usually we do it at, 9:30 in the morning over at Flynn's Arcade, so...
Yeah, I'm a little bit too late.
Yeah, but, first time for everything, right?
I know. This is our first convention actually in a few hours.
Oh yeah, definitely. And we are joined here with our guest here at Sunrise Comic-Con. Welcome, everyone. And, before we get started, usually the episodes of our podcast is going to be available on audio hosting platforms like SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Podcasts, Anchor, and Spotify. Video playback will always be available on YouTube and Facebook. And that being said, what we kind of do is we interview gamers, not just, big name gamers or whatnot, but more so your everyday gamer, like people who just, play games, whether they played hardcore or they played casually. And usually when I watch a lot of gaming podcasts, like what started the Gamers, South Florida Gamers Podcast is that I would watch podcasts of many different people, whatnot, and they always, have someone from big name industries or whatnot, developers, publishers and whatnot, or even in games media. But as I'm watching these podcasts, I've always asked myself this one question: how come there isn't an actual podcast where you get to talk to just everyday people? Like people who work a 9 to 5 or a 12-hour shift or a 16-hour shift. What about those people? Or what about people who have children and they still find the time to sit down, play video games, and just have a good time? What about those people? Because you never get to hear their story. You never get to know about them. So it just that was just the one thing that just bothered me in my mind. So I was like, you know what? I'll make one. I'll be the first one to be like, I'll make a podcast where it's not just about myself or my co-host. It's about everybody. It's about all the gamers who play games at any given time or any given day or whatnot. And when it comes to gamers, we look at all age demographic, whether you are in your 40s and 50s, you've been playing since the Atari, which was way before I was born.
God bless yourself.
Or you're playing the new stuff like the PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series X, or the Nintendo Switch, or even PC. There's a lot of years, a lot of culture within gaming throughout the time. It's like you can't ignore it. It's there. Back then, in the 80s and whatnot, it was a cool hobby. But now, as it progressed over the years, it became something more than a hobby. I mean, yeah, it's still a hobby, but it has its own culture, and
it's a lifestyle on its own. We even had people that play Sega Saturn and tell us all these games that we don't even know.
Yeah.
We feel foreign to certain situations and hearing games that we never knew existed.
Yeah, there were genres of games I never knew about. Japanese import games that I've never even heard about. Even game consoles that I never knew existed, because you're so used to the one that's popular that people know about, whatnot, like Nintendo, Sega, and whatnot. But you never heard about Dolphin, Jaguar, and I was like, yeah, this is way before my time. And then when you even look at the console, it's like, yeah,
this had this whole time. Are you serious?
Yeah.
A good example is you see the guy in a giant robot costume. We interviewed him a while back. We were talking about Gundams. Gundam had various fighters we did not know existed.
Yeah. There's a lot of history in gaming that we did not know about, and that is the reason why we bring in so many gamers from so many different backgrounds to share their story with us, so that way we can know what their story is, and the people who are watching and tuning in, they can know that, hey, this is, this happened, this took place.
Yeah, we're all ears.
Yeah, so we've been doing South Florida Gamers Podcast for about over a year now, and we've primarily done it in Flynn's Arcade, which is located in Margate. I mean, that's a plug that I'm shouting out and whatnot, but special thank you to Eddie and Will for allowing me to have my podcast there and allowing me to create like great content at there on Arcade. Like I never saw or thought that our podcast would go to the lengths that it did, but me and Waluigi, we kept pushing. We always tried to do new ideas. Like even when it comes to guests that we want to have, we're just like excited because we never know where it's gonna go. Like every podcast episode that we have, every guest that we bring on, we never know where it's gonna go. Some can be extremely chaotic, and some
extremely casual.
Or extremely casual. But either way, it's still a good. Overall, it's a good time.
Yeah, it's like sipping tea and you find out it's worth it. You guys don't know what Four Loko is, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I don't recommend that. Alright, so now we got the introductions done with us out of the way. Now, enough about us, it's more about you guys. So this is the part where we ask you guys questions, and the mic over there, you'll be able to answer and
we just like to start is what's your favorite game of all time and why? We like to keep it short, usually like maybe a minute or 2 minutes of explanation.
So that way, at least everyone has a chance and opportunity to share their thoughts on the topic and whatnot. And before you get on, as you consider Mike, let us know who you are, where you're from, and the question, and of course the question.
Yeah, if you want to have a cosplay name or your actual name, say where you're from. Like, for example, I'm Waluigi, or I'm AJ, I'm from New York, and my favorite game is Debit.
And of course, mine is Silverback Senpai, but my actual name is Gerald, and I'm here, and I was born and raised in Broward County. So, our first question is...
Yeah, what is your favorite game of all time, and why?
And the mic is over there, if anyone wants to take a crack at it. Yeah, go for it. Let us know who you are, where you're from, and what's your favorite game of all time.
I wish I could soak the steam because that actually slaps. Oh wow.
Alright, nice. Yeah, I don't know, where's the tech guy?
Darn it, Todd.
Okay. Alrighty. If anything, we'll just have them just use that mic right there.
Okay, this works. Cool.
Yeah, we'll just have them use that mic. Alright, anyone else? Alright.
My friends.
My name's Chris. I'm from right here in Sunrise. I've been gaming back from the 80s, from the Atari. My favorite game of all time has always been Galaga.
Yes.
But I also reserve for home Skyrim. I adore
Skyrim's a beautiful game.
That is an endless game for
endless replay value. Like, you can never go wrong with Skyrim. Even though they've just been releasing it for every console iteration or whatnot, but still, it's still a good game, despite the craziness people say about it and whatnot, because you can play that game for hours. Like, every playthrough, you're always going to do something different.
Oh, yeah.
And if you play on PC, there's the mods, which is...
even worse.
You can go so much with that. Like, the modding community of Skyrim is amazing.
It's terrifying, especially with the Thomas, the train dragons. I cannot see that.
Alright, anyone else would like to take a crack? Alright.
Oh, we got none better than death. I think. That soundtrack actually does slap. Oh my god.
Alright.
I just made some of the Aces Spade not so long ago.
Oh yeah, that is true. Shout out to AJ.
Yes. My not so related cousin.
Yes. Anyone else? Any other
Oh, we got something.
Okay.
How's it going, my dude?
Good.
So hey everyone, my name is Carlos. I originally come from Venezuela, but now I live in Western.
And you know, the question is hard, right? Because like, what is your favorite game?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well done.
It's subjective.
And I do think I have a lot of favorite games, but the one that I always like come back to is GTA 5. It's so replayable.
Yeah.
There's some games that I played once and I stop. Like, I'm satisfied with GTA 5. It's the one that I go back to because I got the gameplay.
Yeah, with GTA 5, you prefer the main story or the online?
I mean, the online because that's an endless game, right?
And GTA Online is just like a whole different.
It's chaotic.
Yeah.
I'm terrified of it.
Yeah, that's about it.
All right. Anyone else? All right, we have another one.
Is this your first day in the job? Officer Kennedy.
First day ever. So, my name is Gabriel. I've been born and raised in Miami my whole life. I go by FTC Gabriel. And my favorite personal fighting game of all time is Kombat.
Hey, I see the mask. Which one was the question? Good.
Okay, good choice. Good choice.
Not a bad choice.
Anyone else? Oh yeah.
This is the first reunion I've seen.
I'm Sean.
Oh, hi, friend.
What's up?
So my favorite game of all time is Diddy Kong Racing on N64. It's like, it's just so I love the track. It's so dynamic. I mean, that you just like most of the game. And let you use all of the
Okay.
and the music is so good by David Wise. And they like DKC2, which is bangers. Like Diddy Kong Racing 2. Diddy Kong Racing is just all bangers. Especially in Survive.
Okay. Yeah, I have that game in the N64 actually.
Yeah. But
I've heard of that game, but I've never gotten a chance to play because I had very limited games growing up. So
I gotta pretend I live in the first story. I wish I was fun. Thank you, man.
all right, thank you.
Diddy Kong Racing, that's a good choice.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that.
Oh yeah.
I guess we can go into the next topic.
Yeah.
So we talk about your favorite games. What's the one thing you hate when it comes to gaming, like your pet peeve?
Yeah, we want to know your gaming pet peeves. Like,
Oh.
what is the?
We got the Guardian up in here.
All right. Oh, this is gonna be good.
There's only a couple of things I can say. Charles of Osiris,
Yes.
Gambit, Crucible, Iron Banner.
Crucible?
No, the only reason why? Cheaters.
Okay, you're not.
Okay, cheaters. Okay.
You're not
Alright.
wrong. Crucible is like
Yeah.
my game.
Yeah, I love Crucible, but man, the cheaters, they
Lord
ruin it.
Jackson's like the dad I always wanted.
Yes. What is your gaming pet peeve?
Gabe, I know you're ready. Hold on.
All right.
Rick, where's Marty?
I have a lot of gaming pet peeves that happen. The biggest one that I have is people literally sending me hate messages because they lost a game. Take your loss and no bitch.
Oh my.
Just take your loss.
Oh my God. Yes.
Preach.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, if you've ever played competitive fighting games, like I've played competitive fighting games like Mortal Kombat, Tekken, and the list goes on. If you've played online, one of the most annoying things is when people just rage quit because they lose. Like, the match isn't even over yet, and it's so bad to the point where this is only the first round, and like, yeah, I'm out. I'm just like, yo, we just started. You have another opportunity to do better. And if you lose, you lose. Just learn from it. We all have a PlayStation 4 or either an Xbox to where you can go back to, record your gameplay, go back to it, review your mistakes, and then try to get better and good. You think people would do that? No, they don't. They just be like, screw it. Quit. I'm out. I don't want to play against this person. Then how are you going to get good? How? Yes, the salt is real.
The pure sodium. I remember calling out somebody in Mortal Kombat because you disconnected. I'm like, hey, good game, fellow Florida man. He's like, you Wi-Fi scum. I'm like, rude.
Anyone else has a pet peeve? I want to hear them.
40, I got some pet peeves. I gotta do this to you. I love you, but fire.
Let me think. This is gonna get some concentration on my
Let me think, 40.
The thing is, my alter ego is a teacher, and some things have happened this year.
Talk to the mic.
Well, first of all, I agree with you. When people lose family and they get heated and like one comment is, for example, it's not real life. You're not really getting your butt kicked. Like, it's okay if you lose in the game. It's not the end of the world. Like,
Right.
I agree with you. That's definitely one of my top three. When people get together their clan, for example, I used to play Warcraft a lot. They get banned in the game instead of like, like just ban this person, and then like now with COVID, there's no oversight, so the system automatically bans you. I'm paying for the game, yes, and I'm paying for the game. And they're like, you can't play for a month because the skill set that they don't like you. It's like, this is ridiculous. And then finally at work, I'm in sort of the focus of my mouth this one, but like students hacked the game that we're playing in the classroom and put really offensive names to people. It could be racial, it could be stupid, or other things that are pornographic in nature, and I'm just trying to do my job. Pit fire.
Wait, is that Kahoots? Is the game Kahoot?
That's one of them in Cabby. Thank you, South Florida Gamers Podcast.
You're welcome.
No problem.
Oh my god.
Anyone else has a gaming pet peeve? All right, come on up.
Hello, friendly texting again.
For me, reprimanding AI in racing games.
Oh yeah.
But I'm used to it. I know how to manipulate, so I can play. But it's just so good when I usually play myself and just like zoom. Just like, and like, I feel like the worst offending is like not running close to kills, where literally I'll last about like half a second to zoom past me. Like, I don't like throw down the controller, but that literally just made me like, just like, to me go 0 to 100 real quick.
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't do shells or anything, but with racing, just jump.
Yeah.
I felt pain, especially viewing some competitive tournaments at Flynn's where it came to Mario Kart.
Mario Kart is a ruthless game.
The only tournaments I've been able to get placed.
Well, like, there's no skill in Mario.
Exactly.
It's just
I
if
will
you're
agree with
if you're in first, you're at a disadvantage. If you're like in maybe third or fourth, you might have a good advantage. So if you're in first, bad advantage. But if you're like lower, you might have a really good advantage. Especially the cheese people. I mean,
Oh yeah.
that's why I said Mario Kart is a ruthless game. Yeah, it's kid friendly, whatnot, but I've seen some stuff. That's all I'm gonna say. I've seen some stuff.
Yeah, me too. We gotta get some competitive Uno in sometime.
Oh no.
We
no.
talked about this on Twitter.
No.
House rules, stack the floors. Everyone.
Any other gaming pet peeves that anyone has that would like to share? All right, come on up.
Oh, I get it.
I don't know if this is really a pet peeve or really like something that others.
Oh yeah.
That is a pet peeve. I count that.
Yeah.
It's like I don't get it too because like the games are taking things like Spider-Man and like some other things so they're just racing at just right, like there's no reason for it. And the excuse is like, oh, it's for the devs, like, and most of the money they make from the game, they not like the executives and like actors or the game. So yeah, I really hate it, but it's not like because it's like cost $70 for the game, putting like the DLC or expansion. Really deal.
Oh yeah. Like that is a pet peeve of mine as well. Like in this gaming generation now that we're entering, is that games are going to be $70 instead of the traditional 60 that we're so used to. And on top of that, they're also going to add in like microtransactions and paid DLC, which I get it that you want to extend the the longevity of the game, but man, that $70 is just like that cuts deep. Okay, that's a phone bill right there. Okay, that is a phone bill right there. It's just like now you have to be even more cautious of how much money am I going to spend on a game versus am I gonna really spend $70 on a game where I know I'm not gonna play it for a very long period of time, which is why most people nowadays, they wait for sales to drop, and
Yeah.
once that sale drop, hey, I'll pick up the game.
For those who have Xbox Game Pass, it's just free for $14. Yeah, I also do agree with Season Pass as well. That is something that no one should be impulsive about. Silverback.
I know, because it's now we're entering games as a service era where, hey, here's a game and you can play for as long as you want, but we're going to be funding it for the longevity until they finally decide to release another game. Like, let's look at Grand Theft Auto 5. Like, that is a PS3 game. PS3. It came out on the PS3, Xbox 360, and now they're pushing it on PS5 and Xbox Series X. And they're just like, why? Why?
Because
I get it. Yeah, but it's like, if you played it on one platform and you play it on a different platform, other than performance, you know, differences and whatnot, it's just like, it's still GTA at the end. You have a pet peeve? Come on up.
What is up, cousin?
Okay, so here's, well, you kind of brought it up recently, like the season pass thing, because a lot of us, especially our age,
Yeah.
a lot of us usually don't have time to play video games.
Yeah.
So lately, my pet peeve is just like, hey, I want to get into a Destiny. I'm using that example.
Okay.
And you have, oh, you want to get this exclusive armor, all these extra stuff, you have to play things that I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's like, you're kind of like forcing someone to pay. I mean, I get it, they want to hype the game, but at the same time, it's like, it's limited time. Especially they do so much.
Yeah.
And one show that pass, you can't also
Yeah, just have coming back to that.
Yeah, I think the only game I've seen that's done it good is Halo. Since they do their season pass with the Master Chief Collection and Halo Infinite, and they're gonna do Halo Infinite. But they have it set up where the past items don't expire. So if they move on to the next season, you could still go back and stuff you got previously. So at least Halo is the only game I've seen that's done season pass good. And then every other game I just want to play your game.
Yeah.
Well, on my case, money.
I would say in my case, like,
I mean, it's better than putting everything on Halo, to be honest, but not wrong.
I would say for me, since I play a lot of Apex Legends, like, I've bought every season pass. Their limited time events, I've bought into them. The heirlooms, I've bought into them.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But after, and I'll say this, look, after I got Revenant's heirloom, his little death cipher, whatnot, I said that's it. That's all I wanted, because Revenant's my main, and that's what I'm gonna stick to. I've dumped way too much money into Apex Legends, even though I play it very actively.
How much money though? You want to disclose that for the audience?
Spill some tea, brother.
I ain't gonna lie, it's over 500.
Bruh.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I've
Okay.
spent over 500 on Apex.
Hey, at least you're not a gotcha player. Okay.
What's up? Oh, don't even get me started with Activision in their battle pass. No.
Among other things.
Yeah, at least with Apex Legends, I will say that some of their cosmetics, they do come back. They
Okay.
do come back, and of course their heirlooms. Let's just say if you're not able to get it, you'll still be able to get it because randomly you'll get some heirloom shards, and boom, you can get your heirloom that you want. If you just play enough of the game to the point where, all right, you randomly just get heirloom shards and you're good to go. But other than that, like most of the limited time events, I've dumped money into them, and every season pass I bought from the very first up until the most recent. So I spent over 500 on Apex, and I am not ashamed. But it's gonna be,
Xbox Series X right there.
yeah. But it's gonna be worse when Battlefield 2042 comes out.
No, God.
Because once that game comes out, I'm dropping Apex ASAP.
There goes the money.
Alright.
Here's the first one I learned that they all taste the same.
They all taste the same?
They all
What?
taste the same.
What?
They're not
betrayed.
They're not flavored.
Really bad name Russian.
I offer you your voice for trading privilege.
Anyone else for gaming pet peeves?
Anything that they really hate.
All right, he'll go again. All right, he has one more gaming pet peeve. Hello.
It's not really a bad thing, but I want to elaborate on it because I don't think it's a bad thing.
Right.
So they can be very useful. But let's look at this game like Dragon Ball Fighters, right? I think that game came out in 2017, right? Maybe.
2018.
And that game like still like has tons of players and you know still getting paid a lot, right? Because that's like the season pass, you're getting characters and upgrades.
Right.
Yeah, my season passes are different, and I can agree.
Yeah, so I don't hate them all because you know if the game is $70 and even the season pass is like 50, that's
You're trying to scam us.
right. You're talking like a big investment on the game. Like I don't get it. I don't know. I think that should be priced better if the game is gonna be like $70.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's what I want to say.
All right. Oh, that's a good point. I definitely agree with that.
Nice, nice. Is there anybody else that want to talk about like what kind of gaming pet peeve they hate? Like something.
Especially our two walk-in guests.
Yes. We're not calling you out. We're calling you out respectfully. All right.
All right. We'll move on.
All right. So this is a unique one where this might take a little bit of time, but what does gaming mean to you?
Yeah. What does gaming mean to you?
We got this on Otaku Fest.
Yeah, we asked this at Otaku Fest and got a lot of good different responses, and it just goes to show that gaming means something to everybody, whether it's just they're playing it casually or they're playing it completely hardcore. It's just, what does it mean to you? I know for myself, gaming, I grew up playing video games, grew up on the Nintendo Entertainment System when I was very young. And I didn't own my first console until the N64, and then after that I ended up getting a PlayStation, then the PlayStation 2, then the PlayStation 3, the 4, now the 5. So I'm mainly a heavy PlayStation guy, but I still got love for Nintendo. Because I have gone back and started buying some of the old retro consoles, and I'm only missing the Nintendo Entertainment System, the Super Nintendo, and the Nintendo GameCube. That's it. That's all I'm missing out from Nintendo. Xbox, I love y'all, but I'm good.
Wow. Wow. That is some pettiness.
PC all the way.
Even where I'm kidding.
Nah, I love y'all Xbox. I got Halo and Gears.
Yeah, gaming is like a therapy for me at some points, and it actually taught me how to be social. When I was younger, I'm gonna tell you the dumbest thing that actually helped me make how to talk to people. I used to play Assassin's Creed, and it says press X to interact. That's how I would talk to people mentally. Like, all right, I'm gonna talk to this person. Press X. And this is the reason why I got one of these tattoos. That's one of the reasons why I was able to talk to people and become more communicative and bring it as an interactive game and not have choices.
Right.
That's how I got built up with Skyrim and every other game that makes sense to me.
Yeah, we're not gonna talk about server.
We won't.
No.
Maybe the next podcast.
Yeah. When they fix the game.
So now we ask, what does gaming mean to you? How has it helped?
Let's come with it. All right.
Hey,
All right.
Doing good again.
What it means to me, what it means is just, anything that negativity like this year, last year, even though there's GTA is just ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I killed you, out here, working against it. And what was the other part of the question?
What it means to you? How has it helped?
Oh, it helps. I've never had any problems. I kind of relax away, even though I'm playing some Xbox games, Rust, GTA.
Gosh.
But just the way to kind of relax and get away from what's going on. I don't know if that answered.
No, that's a good answer.
That's a good answer.
Yeah. Anyone else?
We
All
got
right.
a fellow Guardian. Wait, I got a stupid question. Would a Guardian from Destiny be technically a Guardian from Galaxy?
No.
I was waiting.
Technically, yes, but
I made you think.
no, it's more like that's what it's like. It's hard to count on the sus lately, ever since season twice already did. Yes,
I know why. Obsessiveness. I'm gonna use it later.
although borrow a quote from hip-hop, ultimately, grim darkness of reality.
Oh yeah.
Sounds like D&D. That sounds like something from D&D. Close enough. Not really. I love how you're just saying it so subtly, and I feel like a good portion is not worth listening to.
True, but
Yeah.
But we understand.
Awesome.
Yeah, if you decide to play Destiny, it's free for Destiny 2 at least.
season of the redemption. So
Xbox Game Pass!
There you go. True.
Touche. I like you already.
All right. Anyone else? What does gaming mean to you? You want to come on up and share?
Oh, hi, Wingo. I come up with these nice names. I can't help it.
I love it. I think I'm gonna change my name to Litfuego.
Lit fuego. Yes.
I have a weird answer. Okay, I'll try to shorten it for you.
All right.
I definitely think that sometimes it's as simple as just enjoyment and escapism. Obviously, with the pandemic, I feel like that's not a whole other meaning.
Right.
I have a sad confession. The reason why I play World of Warcraft sometimes is because I have holiday events. So for me, the way I celebrate some of the things is playing World of Warcraft. That's during the pandemic.
Wholesome. In my heart.
Really quick, it's funny, when television was invented, people thought that television was going to turn people into zombies. I was sitting there on the screen instead of talking to each other. And then when video games came out, you're like, oh wow, this is the time step. But actually, I think it's the future itself. People saying that we're living in a simulation. I don't know if that's true.
Simulation theory, I love it.
Yeah, but if you're living in the game, interacting with people, now you want to like, who's to say if that's real deal? Then this,
Right.
the US needs to have aspirations and have potential witnesses so that they can't speak English. That through the video game can actually, kind of what you said, let them learn how to express themselves, and then afterwards, like, they get these skills. You don't know if people are broke. Some people are used not things to learn. But I'm saying, like, I feel like it's actually turned into something useful. I know right now I'm having a little bit of a hard time. It's actually, for me right now, it's escapism. So yeah, that's sort of like your answer. I think it's sort of like simple, but also usually like
Ready Player One, if anyone hasn't
Yeah,
watched
yeah.
it.
I was gonna say, you're saying this while cosplaying Rick. I freaking love this right now.
Not a problem.
What I can tell you is sometimes you just gotta go through life, and sometimes you gotta go through a run. But you know what I say to the World of Warcraft players? Leroy Jenkins! I'm sorry, I was dying to say that. I was dying. I know you're disappointed and proud of me at the same time, so it works.
That's why he's my co-host. That's why.
Yeah, I'm just impressed with that. Maybe I could get 12 ounces of espresso before coming here. Again.
Anyone else? What does gaming mean to you? Come on up.
You can even have like wholesome friend moments.
Because I know it means something to somebody. I'm sorry. Go on.
Don't worry about your wife now. Kidding. We're going.
Yeah, I mean, like, games. I mean, like playing games with like, and playing lifelong friendship. I help them, being able in real life. And when you play games, when there's two pros shooting, you really feel something. Yeah, how do you relax and escape stuff like that old trouble.
Absolutely, man. It's great to hear.
Good example. Oh, shit, this lucky shout out. Flynn's is definitely
Yeah.
a good example. We usually have tournaments, we have gaming events, we even have the cosplay. We usually like there's a bunch of usually like Smash groups. We even have a little Discord with friends that chat with me, like voice chats and everything. So if you ever need a friend, don't be afraid to go to Discord and get a phone us.
Yeah, I'm always at Flynn's every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whether I'm there with, some of the fighting game players and just, having a good time talking and just conversing because, community. Like, if you're if you're playing video games, you're bound to meet someone that does play video games just like you, and then that connection builds as you guys find out what are the kind of games that you're both into, and then that'll also give you guys an entryway of trying new games that someone else might be interested in. Like now, I'm more into JRPGs because back then I was always into action adventure and shooters and fighters. Now I'm getting into the JRPG genre, and I'm loving it because it's just, though it does take long, don't get me wrong, it's very long, but it is so worth it. And one of the JRPGs that I love, Persona 5.
Oh dear God, we don't bring this back in the house. It's not pretty.
I love Persona 5. Like, I never played the game. I was like, what is this game? What the hell is it? And then I'm sitting there and playing it, 2 hours in, okay. A couple more hours in, okay. Now I'm heavily in love with the game.
Yeah, I played competitive Tetris very religiously because of getting to know some friends that taught me into it. Don't ask me how I got competitive Tetris. It just became a thing.
from my experience. Exactly. Oh God, I'm not. Have fun, y'all.
All right. Anyone else? What does gaming mean to you? We'll take 2 more.
Gaming.
Gabe, I see you looking at us. You might as well just come on up. I see you looking at us.
Come on, rookie cop.
For me, it's the community and the competitiveness. And sometimes the trash talk
Fun fact that I'm gonna share. I'm gonna share this one. Fun fact.
We're about to
So
spill some tea up in
I
here.
think this was back in May. It was back in May. Flynn's Arcade had a Mortal Kombat tournament or whatnot, and me and Gabe was going up against each other, and this was in losers bracket, and this man was trash talking me or whatnot, and getting hyped, and I'm not, falling for the bait. So I'm just, sitting there, just like, having a little grin on my face. I was like, all right, since you feel like you're in the lead, I'm gonna start playing safe, and then I end up winning the match. And then, the disappointment that I saw, it was like, this is why you don't pop off too early. Just you pop off when you win. Even though you had the lead, I played safe, and then I end up winning. I mean,
that's a definition of a good friendship, where we can just talk trash, we can insult each other, and still like go on with the rest of our day.
oh yeah,
That is what I love about the Mortal Kombat community.
oh yeah.
Whoever says anything about tears and all that, shut up. I'm kidding.
All right, one last one. Anyone wants to come up? It could be gaming pet peeves, what gaming means to you, or your favorite game of all time. One more. Yes, no, maybe. Sure, come on
I
up.
feel like you have something to say about Portal. Go ahead. I almost thought you were mocking from Fire Force for a minute. I am so sorry.
I think what I love about it most is the storytelling, which I know there's some mixed opinions on that as far as like games that are more combat based or story based, but I'm a storyteller at heart. It's what I like to do. So being able to, I feel like it's just the best medium for telling a story. It's like a chapter visual text.
Exactly.
That's the best thing.
That's how I got into Persona 5. Like, it was just like the progression. Like, I'm not there just to play the game. I'm there to know where the story goes because I want to see where it goes all the way up until the end. And yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Thank you.
All right. I mean, we can wrap this up and go on it.
Any more questions?
Anything that you guys want to ask of us? I mean, by all means, come on up before we wrap up.
Any types of games you're talking about? Any new games recently? I started back with Blood Beta last night. I had to drink in order to play it because the servers really sucked. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but it's the new Left 4 Dead.
I've been playing a lot of Pokemon Unite, and
Really?
yeah, I've been playing a lot of it, and
Is it really like League of Legends?
I'm toxic on it, but
How can someone be toxic in a Pokemon?
you would be surprised. You
I don't
would
have
be
a clue, so I'd like to
surprised.
know.
I'm a Zezora main, so I'm just
What?
yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Zeraora. Yeah.
I'm very hyper-realistic because I have no idea.
Because I started out with Charizard and I ain't like him. He was too slow.
It's like talking to a Yu-Gi-Oh player when you play that together. What? Or it's like playing chess when you're all on checkers.
No,
No.
no.
I'm
Yeah.
The caffeine doesn't work. It's time to do almost like this. But
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
All right.
So, you know, Injustice, Smash Bros. What about like anime or real life personal characters? Like an Injustice, like a fighting. Or like that DBZD. Like,
I want to see Chuck Norris in fighting games.
I wish they would have added him in the Mortal Kombat 11.
Yes, the Texas Ranger.
Because it's like you're adding, 90s, popular 80s and 90s stars like Rambo, the Terminator, and who else? RoboCop, and I'm just like, can we get Chuck Spawn? Can we get Chuck Norris? In the Joker, and I'm like, can we get Chuck Norris? No Chuck Norris.
I'm looking at Zero's cosplay. We're trying to remember characters from this. Sans. I wish they added him to another game. Because I remembered a game. I forgot the name of it. It's bothering me. Didn't mean to call you out like that.
thank you.
as an actual character.
Yeah, like Chuck Norris in the game, that'd be dope. Or Neo from the Matrix.
Okay, if I flop,
No. We're not here to damage the property.
not yet.
Alrighty, y'all. Well, that concludes our panel episode of the South Florida Gamers Podcast. I thank everyone so much for coming out and tuning in. For the audio only portion, it'll be available on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Podcasts, Anchor, and Spotify. And of course, the video playback will be available on YouTube sometime later this day, either today or tomorrow. Either or. But
Probably our social
thank you.
medias are Silverback Senpai and Unspelled Waluigi. Correct me if I'm wrong. I was drunk when I got the names.
Yeah, or just look up South Florida Gamers Podcast and you'll find us.
Yeah, if y'all want to wait, I got some stickers from some people. They want to take some. They're like
yeah.
nice decals. They look like on top.
Alrighty, with that being said, thank you guys for coming out and enjoy the rest of your con.
Peace. Arigatou gozaimasu.